able to, can you please stand for the bride? Thank you. Gives this woman to this man to be married today? Thank you. Good. Thank you. Welcome everyone to the wedding of Rachel and Lee. My name is Santino and I'm honoured to be officiating this wonderful ceremony. Today, we find out how Rachel and Lee met and what makes them tick and what's led to them to be standing here in front of you today, making the biggest possible commitment to one another. Firstly, I'd like to ask Lee's Auntie Kathy to come forward and read a poem. Would you like to just stand to the side?
We Knew by Julie Santino. We knew that this would happen. We knew that this would be. We knew that love would blossom for Rachel and for Lee. We knew they'd be so perfect. We knew that they were sure. We knew they'd be so in love every day more and more. We knew life would steer them to this very day. We knew they were destined and couldn't stay away. So here they stand, Rachel and Lee, soulmates forever, married soon to be. We all wish you well, all the best, actually. Here's to the rest of your lives, our Rachel and our Lee.
Thank you, Kathy. This teacher's going to play. Please take your seats. Thank you. Well, I have to say I've loved every minute I've spent getting to know Rachel and Lee, and I know you all love the story of how these two lovely humans met. It all started 8 years ago on a freezing cold day on a busy nursery slope at the ski resort of Chamonix in France in 2016. Rachel and Lee had each booked their holiday with a group of friends, not knowing that it would end up being such a trip of a lifetime. As it happens, it was their first ski trip that they'd each been on, and so the first time on skis. It could have ended in disaster, so they both booked some ski lessons. It was beautiful up on the slopes. The trees were covered in snow, and Rachel told me it reminded her of a Christmas card. But it was so cold, and they could see their breath billowing like rows of Victorian chimneys. It could have been the fact that they were both wearing similar orange ski suits that amused their friends, as they kind of looked like escaped convicts. Or perhaps that they had on their heads the exact same Monsters Inc. hats. I mean, what are the chances of that? Suddenly, out of the corner of her eye, Rachel spotted a figure hurtling towards her, swerving and waving his arms around like a windmill. To try and stop himself ploughing into her, she craned her neck only to find the orange figure just inches away. And with a yelp, she slipped and slid. It's a good job you didn't break any bones, actually. Grabbing the stranger, bringing them both down onto the snow. Ending up in a tangled mess in the soft snow, bystanders couldn't see which orange bits belonged to who. Rachel and Lee let out the most unrelenting, uncontrollable laughter. It was so infectious that soon their friends gathered around and naturally took copious numbers of photos before actually helping them get onto their feet. Lee recalls a different story though, don't you, Lee?
I do.
It was Rachel only who fell, and that he, in actual fact, performed a skilled 360-degree turn in order to go and help her. I think a few of you here today might have something to say about that version of events. Rachel recalled that at one point, amidst the kerfuffle, that their lips almost touched. Actually, it was more of a head bit, she added. Headbutt. She did say that she thought he was very handsome and smelled gorgeous. Not wanting to let this opportunity slip away, Lee asked Rachel if she would like to accompany him to the... excuse me, 1 second. Not wanting to let the opportunity to slip away, they met up for cocktails at the rather loud and colourful Moo Bar. Rachel and Lee's friends collaborated and bought them cocktails, and aptly named as Peace and Snow Hope. By all accounts, there were many more to follow, and the night was enjoyed by all. And not wanting again to let this opportunity slip by, Lee asked Rachel if she'd like to accompany him to the Chambre 9 bar. And goodness knows what they got up to that night. There's no dancing on the tables. They did have a wonderful evening, finding out that they had so much in common, and even finding out that they actually didn't live too far away from each other in the UK. 5 years later, Rachel and Lee never did go skiing again, and decided to take up knitting and playing bridge. Only kidding. Rachel and Lee now have a wonderful dog-friendly cafe business, and are looking forward to expanding into a new extension later this year. It's exciting. Most of you will know that Lee is passionate about playing football, and Rachel has started making wedding cakes. So how well do you know Lee and Rachel? We're about to find out. So, if you could just turn to face everybody. Okay, and if you could both hold this, but in answer to the question, when I prompt you, only one of you will hold it up. This is where I need your help, everybody. So I'm going to ask questions. I'd like to shout out Rachel or Lee, depending on which one you think best answers the question. So, who do you think the best dancer is?
Rachel.
And who's the best singer?
Lee.
Oh, did you say Lee?
All her Billy Carrier.
Okay, who do you think the best cook is?
Rachel.
Who takes longer in the shower?
Lee.
And who takes the longest to get ready?
Rachel.
Who is the most spontaneous?
Rachel.
There you
And finally, who checks themselves out most in the mirror?
Lee.
go.
Okay, thank you. If you could just face me. Thank you, that's amazing. So, making decisions is basically about weighing up the pros and cons. So I asked Rachel to give me 3 things that she likes about Lee, and this is what she had to say. I love Lee's amazing sense of humour. It comes out of nowhere. It's so inventive, and his accents, well, apart from his Irish accent, apparently he's not too good at that. Second is his caring nature and how he looks after me when I'm unwell. I love that he hits me with everything he can think of. Hot water bottle, cold flannel, hot flannel, Lucozade, extra covers, windows open, thermometer, all the medical books. Dr. Google. Oh, and chocolate. I'm sure it's the chocolate that works the best. Lastly, Rachel glowed as she told me a lovely smile. Cheeky and mischievous, but gorgeous at the same time. And when asked if there were things she didn't like, Rachel said Lee is always late and is the last person to turn up at an event. I think he likes a big entrance. He snores and he's a bit grumpy in the mornings. But hey, that's not much to put up with when you have the love of your dreams sharing your life with you. And what did Lee have to say? Rachel can be the most annoying person. And she always has to be right and can't admit when she's wrong, which is most of the time, according to Lee. And she can be mardy when she doesn't get her own way and uses twice as many words as she needs to describe anything. But, it's a huge but, she is the kindest, most thoughtful and most giving person I've ever met in my life. I'm so proud that she's mine, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with her, Lee said. Thank you. Okay, this brings us to the wedding vows. Okay, but this part of the ceremony involves all of you too. You are all witnesses to Rachel and Lee's promises. It's important to be there for them when things are challenging, and also to be there for them when things are joyous and when they're celebrating milestones. But let's begin. Would you like to come over here and face one another? Who would like to start?
Ladies first.
Lee, from the day I met you, you've been my constant, my rock, my safe place, my sanctuary. You've accepted me, good points and bad, past scars, fears and phobias. With you, I can be me. I promise to be your guide, your best friend, your wife. I promise to honour, love and cherish you through all of life's adventures. Wherever we go, we'll go together. I love you with all my heart now and forever.
There you go.
Rachel, I am the luckiest man alive. I am your best friend, your lover, and the biggest support you'll ever have. I am so proud to become your husband. My goal is to be your shoulder to lean on and your companion throughout life. It is my promise to catch you should you fall, to carry you over the threshold, and to fall in love with you each and every day.
So, we come to the ring blessing. And James, I believe you have the ring. If you two would like to just wait to the side, if you don't mind. So Rachel and Lee will shortly exchange rings as a physical symbol of the vows they are making to one another. They invite you all to take part in the blessing of the wedding rings. When the rings reach you, please hold them for a few moments and warm them with your love and make a wish or say a prayer. And this will be a wish for Rachel and Lee for their future together. And whilst the rings absorb your love and blessings, you will hear a poem and a reading, which will be read by Rachel's father, Tony. Would you please come forward, Tony? So if you'd like to start passing them around. Thank you.
May your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring. And may life grant you also patience, tolerance and understanding. May you always need one another, not so much to fill your emptiness as to help you to know your fullness. A mountain needs a valley to be complete. The valley does not make the mountain less, but more. And the valley is more a valley because it has a mountain towering over it. So let it be with you and you. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you entice one another, but not compel one another. May you embrace one another, but not outcircle one another. May you succeed in all important ways with one another and not fall in the little graces. May you look for things to praise and often say, I love you, and to take no notice of the small faults. If you quarrel and the quarrels push you apart, may both of you hope to have good enough sense to take the first step back. May you enter into the mystery that is the awareness of one another's presence. No more physical than spiritual, warm and near when you are side by side, and warm and near when you are in separate rooms or even distant cities. May you have happiness, and may you find it making one another happy. May you have love, and may you find it loving one another. And a word to the husband. To keep your marriage brimming with love in the loving cup. Whenever you're wrong, admit it. Whenever you're right, shut up.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. So, if you come stand back in the centre, and James, if you could be ready with the rings. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you everyone for imparting your love and your wisdom and well wishes for Rachel and Lee's future life together by blessing their wedding vows. Rachel and Lee, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you will always have the love and warm wishes of those present here today who have blessed your rings. Thank you. So, we're ready to exchange rings. Okay. Lee, would you like to come and stand here and see? Okay, and you're ready. Thank you. Rachel, please repeat after me. Just as this circle is without end,
Just as this circle is without ends,
my love for you is eternal.
my love for you is eternal.
I promise to always believe in you
I promise to always believe in you
and to stand by your side,
and to stand by your side,
whatever life brings our way.
whatever life brings our way.
So if you can pass Lee, Rachel's ring, Lee, Rachel's ring. That's lovely. Thank you. Your turn. Please repeat after me. Just as this circle is without end,
Just as this circle is without end,
my love for you is eternal.
my love for you is eternal.
I promise I will always believe in you
I promise I will always believe in you
and stand by your side,
and stand by your side,
whatever life brings us.
whatever life brings us.
Thank you could hand these round to Rachel. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jane. And if you could place these ones. Amazing, thank you. Would those who are able to please be upstanding? And with the blessing of everyone who is present here today, I now pronounce you as man and wife. Lee, you may kiss your bride. Congratulations!
Woo!